Hello, Gemini Rising. Welcome to Scopes Unshamed. This is for May 2026. Before we go beyond this beginning, I want to invite you to go back and listen to the April Scope Unshamed. I think that one of the most profound ways to work with cycles is to take the time to be with the scope from the perspective of having already lived through the experience, where now you actually have raw data, like you have evidence from your life. And you can use the scope to help you see, where am I now? Take what you hear and feel the synchronicities, or like feel the sync with what has happened and what is alive for you and what is here for you, what is real for you, what is up for you, and use that to help you sense into, like, where am I in my path, so that then you can receive this May scope and like bring it into the pathway that you're already on and that you know that you're on. All right. So I'll see you after you go listen to the April one. Come on back. Okay, here we are, May. So what's something really interesting about May 2026 is that the first day of the month and the last day of the month, we have full moons. This is unusual. So we've got this full moon sandwich situation. They're going to feel very different, these two full moons. Track that. It's going to be very interesting. This first full moon is a full moon in Scorpio, because Scorpio is the sign opposite Taurus, and Taurus is the sign that the sun is in when we enter May. You always have a full moon in Scorpio every spring. And this one, I feel, is going to be bringing up a lot for you around the limitations of how far you can really push yourself to accomplish, to hold, to drive through what it takes to hold in the days of your life. And I think what you're going to sense is that there's like a dissonance that may feel a little intense between what you think you have to accomplish, what you think you have to have the capacity to bear, and like how you identify as a person who treats yourself lovingly and compassionately. You're going to sense that there's a dissonance between the truth of how you feel about yourself and the evidence of how you're treating yourself. This is kind of an intense gap, right? So my guidance here is to understand that this gap is not here to shame you. It's not here to be like, oh, looks like you haven't changed, actually. It's here to help you identify like what patterns are just naturally ready to fall off. Like they're not resonant with you anymore. They're not in affinity. And all it takes is your consciousness around that to just now begin to commit, devote to the new patterns. Trust that the new patterns are going to emerge from the truth of how you treat yourself now, which is much more lovingly. So all of that just may be up. And so it's really a time to like marry yourself again, like just to like make a recommitment ceremony with yourself to um, be on the timeline where you honor your capacity and don't shame it. Things are moving pretty fast in May, like the pace of life, where you're like, what? How is it Thursday already? Like, how is it almost summer? I don't understand this. Like, there's going to be this sense that, like, time's really flying, things are coming up, you're moving with your life pretty quickly. And meanwhile, you're also noticing, I feel, a kind of growing sense for you. The full moon may have really brought up a lot of information there. Now, towards the middle of the month, you're starting to feel more and more clear about something that I call the emergent no. I've been teaching on the emergent no for years as an Aries, Taurus, Gemini teaching, and I'm including a link for you in the show notes to a free workshop and a free PDF that will help you if the emergent no feels relevant to you in your life right now. So I'm going to describe it. The emergent no is different than a fuck no. The fuck no is like, duh, like it's obvious. It doesn't require a whole lot of emotional like labor to enact it. It probably even feels very, really empowering and exciting. The emergent no is a no that is has been underneath the surface of your awareness. So like I'm drawing a horizontal line, meaning like the surface of water. So whereas like we're only aware of a certain amount of information about ourselves consciously at one time, but there's a whole lot else going on in us. And it's under the surface, so we can't see it very well. And under the surface of our awareness, there is a no that's brewing. It could have been brewing for decades, maybe just a few months. Kind of an awareness of a no trying to come forward up out of the surface. And often what that looks like is frustration. It can feel like a kind of dissonance where you're just like something isn't right. It can feel like it's coming through in patterns of like competitiveness or judgment with other people because there's something that we're not really confronting, which is that we're a no for something. No, maybe a relationship, a pattern, a job, a place, the way we've set up our work, something is a no. And the frustrated feelings are like is what it's taking to get our attention so that we can begin to be honest with ourselves. And the reason it's hard to look at is because usually we were invested in what we had previously been a yes to and what we're living a yes to, but that now we're actually a no to. We previously put a lot of ourselves into it. We've been living maybe a long time thinking that we don't have any other choice, thinking that we just have to live with this. And it's coming up now because you are now in a place in your life where you have more capacity to be with the grief, to be with what people might think about it, how people might judge it, that your no will mean in the world. A no doesn't necessarily mean a hard ending. It can also mean like big updates. Like I'm updating how I do this. I'm updating into present time so that it can reflect the truth of who I am now. But it's still set up in the truth of who I used to be, which was maybe somebody who didn't have the tools and the skills and the capacity that you do now have. So that whole process I call the emergent no. And that workshop and that PDF have all kinds of things to help you identify like where you are in that process and how to help yourself move through it. So feel free to go for it. It's free. So I feel like there's going to be a real kind of like recommitment to self that comes forward from how you respond to the truth of this, because this is how you keep your life alive. Because often, like what's annoying about the no before we've enacted it is we sense that something is dying in our lives, but we're not doing anything about it. So there's usually a level of grief that we have to move through, and that's why I have the workshop and the handout to help you with all of these steps. And so I think that by mid-month, all of that's going to start to be like I've reclaimed myself. Like you really like take the scepter back and like recharge your life, you know? And it's like, I'm willing to face what's next. I'm willing to be with what this no is going to mean into the world. Let's go. Then we're going to be in some winds of change, like mid-month. Mid-month, there's some planetary shifts, like the energy is changing. The sun's going to move into Gemini. Mars is moving into Taurus from Aries. Venus is moving into Cancer from Gemini. There's going to be a lot of kind of shifts in the sky that are kind of moving things around. Like let the wind hit your back and like let the changes that you're putting into the world like get taken up by collective change and allow yourself to watch as you are moving things around in your life now. And this like is going to hit a really important period of time for you in a year when the sun is moving through your rising sign, because then it will be Gemini season. This is a really important time to take some space for yourself. Who am I? Where am I going? Like, what is the direction that I'm driving the boat of my life? I'm the one at the helm. Where are we going? What what is it in me that is motivated to be in direction in my life? And so all of that kind of work you were doing emotionally, sorting through maybe some turbulent under the surface material is really, really helpful because that is all preparation for you to be like, we're going this way in Gemini season, which is the second half of May and then into June. So this is a really important time for clarity. So it's so important in May to listen to yourself. It's so important in May to like create ritual around self-listening, self-attunement, journaling, pull tarot cards if you're into the tarot, like take space with your own self to listen and to really tune in and to honor your inner voice and to honor your desires because this is how you can come into the clarity that you want for directing the boat of your life. That rising sign is like picking the direction. It's like, we're going to go this way. And then you have an entire 12 months until the sun comes back to Gemini. It's a really important time. You can't fuck it up. You can't fuck it up. Just follow the signs. Like your life is giving you signs to help you with this. Come back and listen to this video in a couple of weeks. Like make a note to yourself because you'll hear all of this differently when you've been through some experiences of your life. Okay. So then we start to get to the 20s of May, and there's some like big astrology in this little window here. It's kind of like surprise astrology, where it's like hard to predict what could happen for you and what could happen collectively, but there will be some like surprises. And you know, the desire here, the wisdom is here is like how to trust that you will respond most appropriately and wisely to whatever comes up. And one of the ways that you can prepare for that is to build in some extra space so that like you have room to like survey the scene, tune in and listen, and then make wise choices from that responsiveness. So there's going to be some of that coming up, and it may really affect the directionality of your life because you're a Gemini rising. And one of the pieces to the puzzle that I'm speaking to here is Sun and Uranus coming together in Gemini in your first house. And so there may be some real illumination for you around who am I and what am I doing, you know? And this is really big. So it's good to like create space for your ear, you know? Like the ear as wisdom, let yourself have lots of space to tune in to the signs that are coming into your life, helping you see what you're meant to be learning right now as you move through some changes. You're just updating the system. It's nothing to be afraid of. These are liberating updates. So, build in time to journal, build in time to tune in. The signs are coming your way. So, then we get to the very end of the month and we have another full moon. Now it's a full moon in Sagittarius, which is then going to be in a very important polarity in your chart because Sagittarius is the sign opposite your rising sign. So it's activating the axis of your chart that has to do with self and the relativity of the self opposite another person, because where you have Sagittarius is related to your relationships, not just any relationships, but like very close one-on-one relationships, very close one-on-ones. The people that you feel either a legal or an energetic sense of like, I bring this and you bring that, and we are in this partnership together with these agreements. And so this is a really beautiful time. This is a beautiful full moon. Lots of support here for you to really be in contemplation of what kinds of agreements feel the most loving, feel the most expansive, feel the most caring and nurturing, the most fortifying for you as a person in the world doing things. Like what do you want those one-on-one relationships to feel like? What do you want them to provide for you and what feels good to give to them? What freedoms do you want inside of those relationships? What ways would you like it to feel more liberating to be fully yourself? And also, what would you like built in for you to be able to count on that would feel good? What boundaries feel important to name and to clarify and to have so that the relationships can expand from those clear boundaries and those clear agreements that everybody understands between the two of us what this relationship is. So that's a beautiful time to really feel into all that you've been learning about yourself and how you can bring in those people in your life to support you in all of these updates that you've been making in the last month. Like it's a real time that you can like clearly convey those needs, clearly convey the desires, clearly convey the boundaries that can support you in embodying the updates that you've been making for yourself. Yeah, it's a big time of change for you. I mean, you're at the beginning of a big 7 year shift because Uranus is moving through your first house, the house of your rising sign, over these years. And you will not be the same on the other side. Like, who am I? Where am I going? For yourself. Your first house, where you have your rising sign, is you with you, is not about you and other people. But the updates that you make there will involve other people. But if you just listen to yourself, what do you want? And go from there. Like you're going to be wherever you don't feel free to live like that. The next 7 years are going to kick up experiences to help you see where you're not living free in yourself because Uranus is a liberator. And yeah, everyone I know, including myself, that has moved through Uranus through the first house, like you are really not on the same path by the end of those 7 years because you've been really made to confront where you want more freedom and how you live your life. And this is a liberation. So we'll talk about that on and off in our time together, but it's definitely like up right now because the energy has just changed and you're about to have the sun illuminate that by meeting Uranus on the 22nd of May. So around there, you might notice, like, no, put it in your planner, like, what am I seeing today? You can't fuck it up. Just follow the signs. You're just noticing what's coming up. Your life is teaching you what this means. Okay. I will see you in June. Feel free to click the link to that free workshop if you sense that it would be helpful to you. All right. Cheers.